And I believe that we're live. I'm going to check it though. This is my first time going live from my laptop, and I believe we're live, so that's pretty cool. So, welcome to Distribution Building 1.0. Every Tuesday at a different time, just depending upon how the schedule goes, I will be bringing to you some value in how to build distribution. It's one of the topics that all of the leaders within Equus Financial really hammer home on all the calls, all the events, all the training. You'll always hear individuals like Mike Hall and John Kite and Nick Theodore, Jared Ewing, Rumbo. You're always going to hear these individuals talk about distribution building, right? The power of distribution. And one of the things that we talk about here as Equus agents is being our own CEO. And what does it mean to be your own CEO? And so that's what we're going to go over here over the next couple weeks is really truly how to become a chief executive officer of your own financial services company, of your own insurance brokerage firm, however you want to define it. And we'll go over all the tips and details. We'll discuss different things in regards to mindset and things that we're reading, different things that we're doing on a weekly basis to help us become successful in the art of distribution building, right? So let's start at the very beginning. And so distribution building is really the same as, if you want to call it, building your agency. Um, in order for you to have an opportunity to maximize the Equus compensation plan, and if you have not yet dug deep into the Equus compensation plan and unlocked all of the phenomenal bonuses, how you can rank advance and go from sales manager to senior sales manager to district manager to regional manager. And by the way, regional manager, that is where the magic happens. That is where, if you were on Friday's call, that national training call, you heard Barry Clarkson, the leader of our team. You heard Barry talk very clearly and distinctly in the very beginning, in the managers meeting between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. You heard him talk about some of the income of the regional managers, right? That we have over an average regional manager earning around $347,000 a year. The top 10 regional managers in our company are earning an average of $800,000 a year. And so, how do they reach that type of pinnacle of income? How do they even begin to get to that point? Is it by going out and helping a lot of families? Sure, it is. And you can make a phenomenal income and you can rank advance through the Equus compensation plan as just a personal producer. Meaning, if you never went out and you never decided to build your organization or take advantage of being a distribution builder, you can still earn higher contract levels every single 90 days and put yourself in a position to make a multiple six-figure income. The life insurance profession is one of the highest paid professions in all of the United States of America. Sales in itself is one of the highest paying sales professions. Sales is one of the highest paying professions in the US. When you combine the sales profession along with the vehicle of insurance and financial services, well, folks, you have now stumbled upon the ability to never have to worry about punching a clock, working for someone else, going off of someone's orders ever again. And you can do that all off your own pen. So, how do you compound that type of income? Being that type of a successful insurance agent, how do you compound that income along with doubling it? So, how do you double that income? You do it right here. You do it by learning the art of being a distribution builder. So let's kind of dig a little bit deeper into what that might mean for you. Remember, patience. If you're new to the insurance industry, then think about the first time you got on a bicycle. Were you really great about riding a bike? Probably not. The first time you swam in a pool, were you a great swimmer? Probably not. Like anything, look, if you're anything like me, I've never really been really good at anything that I've tried the first several times around. And so it takes time for you to learn and practice. Just like my children, they go to football and soccer and basketball and field hockey practice 2 to 3 times a week. Why? So that when it becomes game time, they're prepared and ready to go. But guess what? Neither one of them became stellar athletes the first time they got out and kicked the soccer ball or shot the ball on the net or, caught the long pass down the sideline. Never happened. And so, like anything else that you and I that we do in life, it's going to take time and patience. And so let's start at the very beginning about how do we begin to learn how to become a distribution builder? Well, this one is going to be a little bit one of a tough pill to swallow because the first thing that you're going to need to do, the first thing I needed to do was I needed to look in the mirror. And when you start to look in the mirror and take a look at just some of the things that you're doing on a daily basis. So if you have a pen and paper handy, let's start writing this down. The first thing that we want to write down is me. Who am I? And am I someone who's attractive? And I don't mean physically attractive. I mean, am I the type of person that will attract the right type of individual to me? Right? Because there's good people in the world and there's bad people in the world. There's positive, there's negative. There's individuals who you want to have around you, right? You want this individual to be around you. They're going to elevate your spirit. They're going to elevate your team. They're going to make you a better person. Maybe they're going to push you to be better. And then that's going to help you develop into becoming a better leader, right? So leadership is taken. It is not given. No one is going to hand you leadership. Leadership is something that needs to be earned. It needs to be given to you. Okay. So who do we want to identify? We want to identify people that are spiritually, they're a happy person. They do the right things, as far as you know. They are somebody who maybe has already in the previous past earned a great income. Maybe they're used to making 200, 250, 375, $500,000 a year. And something along the way has kind of wavered them to no longer be in a position to make that kind of income. Maybe it had something to do with the pandemic here over the last 11 months. Maybe it had something to do with the downsizing at their job. See, because these individuals who are a positive individual, they self-develop and they're used to making a lot of money. Here's the common denominator about these folks. They are someone who treats the other person's business like it's their own. See, they treat it like it's their own. They may not be the CEO of the company. They may not be the VP of sales. No matter what their role is in the company, they have a habitual habit, though, of treating it like it's their own. See, that is someone that you want to attract into your business. That is somebody that will come into your organization and automatically make you better, and it will automatically allow them to flex their roots, right? Because down at the root of that individual is somebody who's just been wanting to break out and become that entrepreneur and be that CEO. And you, because you have a gift, because you're not a secret agent, write that down. You do not want to be a secret agent because secret agents are exactly what they are. They're secretive. Nobody knows about that agent. Nobody knows about their agency. Nobody knows about the phenomenal living benefits or tax-free retirement plans or IRA rollovers that they can do. Why? Because they don't tell anybody about it. And because they don't tell anybody about it, they're not attracting other people into their organization. It's really no different than if you're a secret agent who is just a personal producer. If you're not telling people about what you do, well, then that is going to allow you to not be able to help all the people who need our services, all the people who should be taking advantage of our products, right? So don't be a secret agent. Be a full-time outgoing agent that lets people know exactly what the opportunity is that they have to offer, because it is. It's a phenomenal opportunity. You know, the average income here, on average per hour, when you meet with a client, is between anywhere from $500 to $1,000 an hour. And does that waver? Sure. Do we get some that are $300 and $400 an hour? We do. Do we get some that are 2,500 and 3,200 and so on and so forth per hour? We do. But that's our average. Now, who out there in America today, as we're here in 2021, doesn't want to start earning, what a doctor earns, what a lawyer earns? Quite frankly, we make sometimes double, triple what those professions make per hour. So don't be a secret agent. Share your opportunity with others and attract those people into your organization. So, got a little off track there. That's what happens. I get excited about this topic, very passionate about this topic. So, here's what we're looking for. We're looking for people who have made a lot of money in the past and they're looking for another win. They're looking for a win. They're looking for people that are just flat out happy people. We don't want to attract pessimistic people into our organization. Why? Because that pessimism, when something goes wrong, and look, business and in business every day, there's no such thing as the perfect business. Things will ride like a roller coaster. And when things are going like a roller coaster, you want to surround yourself with people who are going to strap in their seatbelt right next to you, put their hands in the air on the downturn, and start yelling because they're having a good time. You're not looking for somebody who just wants to say, get me off the ride. Get me off the ride. I don't ever want to do this ride again. This ride's not for me. That's not the type of people that you want to attract into your business. Okay? And so one of the things that you can do as an individual is self-reflect. So one of the things that you can self-reflect on, what are your daily rituals? And a daily ritual could be, for example, do you work out super early in the morning? Like let's start here, actually. What time are we starting our day? Are we starting our day at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning? Or are we starting our day at 5, 6 a.m.? For others, it's 4 a.m. See, the earlier you start your day and you get the things that don't make you money out of the way, things that may not make you money, meditation. But it's good for the spirit, it's good for the soul, it's good for the mind. Everybody should be doing some meditation to get grounded, to get focused on what it is that you want to accomplish that day. What about working out? Working out may not necessarily make you money, but when your mind and your body are working at the same vibration, that is how you escalate. That is how you absolutely go out there and crush your day and attract like, right? Like attracts like. And those that work out operate at a higher frequency. They're more locked in. They perform at a higher level. And so that's the type of thing that you want to accomplish prior to starting your day. Maybe reading 10 pages of a novel, 10 pages of a nonfiction book every morning. Again, mind, body, spirit. You may not think that these are some important tips, but I'll share with you right now. Without these three things, I never over the last 9 years would have been able to go through the trials, the letdowns, the setbacks, okay? Being in momentum, we'll talk about this as a topic. Being in momentum, phenomenal place to be. We're in momentum right now. Momentum, I love momentum. Momentum's up there. I mean, momentum's up there. It's up there with love. It's up there with passion. Momentum is the place to be. But what happens when you lose momentum? What happens when you fall out of momentum? A lot of people never get back into it. We'll talk about that. That's a different topic. So these are the folks that now you want to make a list. So you want to make a list of the people that it is that you want to attract into your business. Man, you see this technology right here? Every individual on earth has on average about 2,000 contacts in their phone. Just make a list. Who do I know that's already successful? Who's built a business in the past? Who's been in franchising before, right? Who Who built a Subway franchise? Who do I know that built one of those bounce houses? Has multiple locations? Whoever, worked at built a car dealership and then sold a car, whatever, right? So think about the successful people in your life. Here's who's not attracted to success: unsuccessful people, broke people, broke people, unsuccessful people. Guess what? They're broke and unsuccessful and they're miserable for a specific reason. It's not your job to solve that problem. Your problem to be solved is, how do I find people like me? How do I find people that were maybe successful at one point, they've taken a downward turn, and they're trying to find their way back? How do I identify those people? How do I identify the people that I want to attract into my business that are going to help me become a better individual, a better businesswoman, a better businessman? Who are those CEOs and entrepreneurs out there? Because those folks, whether you know it or not, they may not even have any money in their bank account, but the way their mind is wired up, they operate at a certain frequency that you would never know. So you want to attract those people into your business. So make a list of these folks. Go through your social media. Just go through and take a look at someone's history over the last couple of weeks. Is it all negative? Is it all political? Is it all about today's current events? Because if that's all it is, then that's who you're getting. But if you find somebody on social media and you're going through your friends list and you find somebody on there that has always putting out a positive affirmation, they're traveling with their family, they make it a big deal to recognize and love on their spouse or their significant other. They make it a big deal to recognize and love and promote their children, their coworkers, their lifestyle. See, these are the kinds of folks that you want to attract into your business. Okay. So now we're making a list. We've got social media, we've got contacts in our phone. What's the third way? Well, now we may need to start spending money. Ad spend. You can run ads. There's ZipRecruiter, there's Indeed, there's Career Builder, there's Craigslist, there's Facebook. So you can begin to run job ads. And for anybody who needs a recommendation on a job ad, feel free to reach out. We've got a ton of different job ads out there that will help you know exactly what to say and who to attract. Okay. And then why? What's my why? It's not corny. We've all heard it before. Why am I here? Why do I want to build in distribution? Am I really, it can't just be about money. It has to be about something greater than financial income, right? I know that there's going to be abundance. I know that you're going to attract into your life what it is that you ask for, good and bad. But why am I doing this? Why? So for me, I do business distribution building because I want to become better, because I want to sow seeds of greatness into others, because I want to show others a path and a way that they can become successful. I want to show and teach others how they can also themselves leave behind a legacy for their family, for their children, to be somebody of a leadership capacity, not just maybe in their community, but also in business and their home. See, I've got a lot of reasons why I do this business. And right behind me, this way, right behind me, like that way, is a picture of my family. And that's my biggest why. And so I know that the more hours I put in, I know that by doing and sharing content like this, I know that by helping the agents every day, getting on this and just doing the natural things that I've learned how to do over time, I know that that will bring me to a place where my distribution will far out proceed my actual business writing off my own pen. And so that's the goal. See, you can't just completely come in and be a distribution builder. You have to be able to be someone who knows how to put production on the board. You have to be a top producer. You want to strive to be an elite producer. You want to strive to be the type of person who's got several hundred, several thousand applications under their belt. About a year ago, I put in a publication, a book called How to Kick Ass as an Insurance Pro. And basically what I did is I documented all of my appointments over the last 5 years. I'd be sitting in my car 11 o'clock at night, just rolled into the driveway, writing down notes in my journal in regards to what happened in my day. I would pick up my cell phone and I'd start making videos about what happened in my last appointment. And I had all this content. And I said, you know what? I can share this with agents all over the country so that they can get better, so that they can become more successful in what they do. I know that some of the training out there in our industry isn't the greatest. And because it's not the greatest, I know that others needed that help. So I wanted to put that in a publication and get that out there to the masses. Now that may not be your why, but it was mine. And so figure out what your why is. Figure out what it is, and then look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I want to be in leadership? And if so, why? Why? Why will it be taken? Not given to me. Why will I go out there and take it? Why will I go out there and take the position of leadership? Why do I want to build distribution? It can't just be about the financials. It has to be about something greater, a greater cause, a bigger why. And the bigger your why, the bigger your how. Because you will figure out how to do it when you have a big enough why. Okay? What am I reading? What am I listening to? What am I investing in? I'll tell you right now, it is January 12th, 2021, and you can turn on just about any news publication, okay? You can go on any area of social media, and we all know what the headlines are today, right? Things are not going the way that we like it to, maybe necessarily. Maybe right now the status of the country is in turmoil. And if that's what you're investing in every day, well, that's what you're going to be thinking about. That's what you're consuming. That's what you're going to attract into your life. But if you turn off the noise and you start investing in things that are going to help you grow your distribution, help you grow yourself as a person, become a better leader, become a better colleague, become a better spouse, a better parent, just a better community. These are the things that are going to enable you to be able to begin to start to attract the right type of distribution into your agency. And when you're driving around in your car, for years, I have felt like I received myself a master's degree in business right in my truck because of all the YouTube and all the Audible that I've put onto the Bluetooth in my truck, going from appointment to appointment, location to location. I've received a master's degree in business, and you can too. You just have to kind of change some of those habits. So focus on that self-development. The last thing that we can do in becoming a distribution builder is understanding that my income needs to be at a certain point before I can leave the field. And so for some, that income is at the $20,000 a month mark. So that's a combination. That's a combination of me helping clients and me building my distribution model. $20,000 a month. Maybe for some it's 15, maybe for others it's 10. But you got to have that sweet spot that gets you to that place where all your bills are paid, you've got money in the bank, your debt is being paid off, you're in a good spot. We all know what that feels like. That good spot. Not having to worry about the bills when they come in, not having to worry about any of that stuff. You want to get to that spot. When you get to that spot, that's when you can start to make that decision about stepping away from the field and going full tilt into building distribution and putting that model in place and developing your agency. But you don't have to wait to start either. You can do it at the very beginning because Equus has the infrastructure, they have the tools, they have the resources, they have the training, They have everything. It's a franchise. But the barrier to entry is so low. And so they have this franchise model, this business in a box that you can then build and introduce others to. You don't have to feel the one responsible to do any of that training, that infrastructure. It's all been done for you. You can focus on leading by example, and then your agents that you introduce, Equus will train them. This is how you slowly start to build your distribution model. I know that this information was a lot. I gave a lot of content here today. Go back and take notes, write things down. Feel free to reach out for a book recommendation, an Audible recommendation, anything I spoke of here in this video. Feel free to reach out direct so that we can help you get your distribution up and running. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing everybody next week, and have a great week.